have a class or not yet known. If in case, like a last week, if I have last week I have to go to office, then no class, then I will confirm by evening. Okay, tomorrow morning we have a class or not. Okay, so see, in which is guys, here it is. It is a IP addresses, IPv4, IPv4. IP address is a logical address. We have IPv4, IPv6, IPv4 32-bit, IPv6 is the size is 128-bit. IPv4 120 IPv4 is 32-bit, 2 to the power of 32, 4.3 billions of IP addresses. Okay, so these IP addresses we write in the decimal format, and it is divided into 4 parts. Each part is a 8-bit because it's a 32-bit. Each part is 8-bit, called as octet divided by dot. Okay, so octet means the size of the single octet 2 to the power of 8 is 256, means 0 to 255. So remember always guys, any octet, either it is a first octet or second octet or third octet or a fourth octet, it is the maximum size is 255, not 256, not 257, not a 300 or 400. Okay, each octet size is not a more than 255. The highest number is 255. Next one is, yeah, I told about 127 and all kind of stuff. But see here it is. This entire IP address range, your 4.3 billion IP addresses. The starting IP address is 0.0.0.0. The last IP address is 255.255.250. Okay, these are all IP addresses. These total IP addresses are divided into 5 classes. Divided into 5 classes: Class A, Class B, Class C, and Class D. So this division based on the first octet means W portion in the w.x.y.z, the first octet only. Even you want to recognize which class of this IP address, you have to look at the first octet only. Whatever the data in the second octet and third octet and fourth octet, don't mind about it. See the only first octet of the IP address and check in the range to recognize the which class of it is. Class B, Class C, Class C, Class A, Class B, Class C. The first 3 are unicast IP addresses. Class D is a multicast address and Class C is R&D. R&D. It means we don't use it. No one is using. Maybe it is used in some special places, but still it is an R&D. Maybe it is reserved for a future purpose or maybe somewhere use. We are not using in a general public communications. And of course, multicast IP address ranges also used by some protocols when they are in the multicast way of communication only. And we are all using the unicast IP addresses. Using means, guys, we can assign an IP address from unicast IP addresses. But out of that one, the 0 series and 127, both are we cannot use it because it is a reserved IP addresses. So we can use it from 1 to 126, 128 to 191, 192 to 223. In between that, in a class B, there is 169.254 is also there. That is also we cannot assign to any adapter. Those are all reserved IP addresses. Cannot assign to any adapter. So class A 0 to 127, 128 to 191, class C 192 to 223, class D 224 to 239, class C 242 to 255. Guys, yesterday I told about OSL layer, application layer, presentation layer, session layer, transport layer, network layer, data link layer, and physical layer. 7 layers. Now I'm telling class A, class B, class D, class C. And also yesterday I told some protocols and their port numbers. Right? HTTP, HTTPS, FTP. Okay. So how to do all these things? All are important questions only. You tell me some 10 protocols and with their port numbers. Tell me about a 7 layers of OSI. Tell me IP address classes and their ranges. These are all pretty straight questions. The straight questions. Then how to tell an answer, guys? Means how to remember this answer first of all. A line is we can able to remember. 2 lines we can able to remember. 4 lines, 10 lines we can remember no problem. But these are the ranges, names and ranges, numbers. What is the thing? First of all, by heart. Okay. If I told logic and how to remember easy methods also, people may struggle. So simplest thing is by heart. And keep reading. So how to by heart means read it once, read it again. After 1 hour, read it again. After 2 hours, read it again. Recollect it. Recollect it. Keep recollecting. You know, when we are in a starting of careers, we stood to chanting. Chanting like you do know, like you pray God and you chant multiple times. Same chanting, not chatting, chanting. Keep telling. So I'm when I'm traveling also I tell. So what are the IP address classes? 0 to 127, 128 to 191, 192 to 23, 223 to 245. No. It is not 245. Then what it is? Again, read it. So you do mistake, go back, read it again. So like that we have done. Of course, there is a logic, but not when you are telling an answer. Logic wise also we don't work, right? Like you can follow this binary logic, then you can able to tell. Okay. So the point is, guys, whatsoever it is, our IP addresses, 4.3 billion IP addresses divided into 5 classes. The fifth class means the class E. Don't say first class, second class, third class. Class C we are not using. It is R&D. It is 242, 250 range. Multicast range also we are not assigning to adapters. We are only assigning adapter. Adapter is unicast only. But after that one 0 series, 127 series, 169.254 series, we are not assigning to any adapter. But for adapters, it will assign. So this is exceptional. But remember 0 series and 127 series, we are not assigning to any adapter. So we use 1 to 126, 190, 128 to 191, 192 to 224, 3. Okay. So how to recognize? Yes, you guys recognize which class of IP address it is. Class C or class B or class C or class D. See the first octet of a IP address and compare with the class of ranges, then we can recognize it. Already we have done that exercise, then we'll go for here. So as we discussed, the first 3 classes are important because of it is unicast addresses. We can assign an IP address from unicast address ranges only. And we are communicating with the unicast addresses only. Of course, 0 to 127, so 0 we are not using, 127 we are not using, but still that is a complete range of class A. Any which ways, guys, it is class A, class B, class C ranges, and there is a network and host portions. Network and host portion. Look at only the network and host portion. So you take a class A IP address. The class A IP address, the first portion is network and remaining is the host portion. As I said in the starting only, the IP address are more like your roll numbers or pin numbers, flat numbers kind of stuff. So there are contains 2 parts. One is like a which section of that one and the series number. Like you went to the apartment. So there is a 101, 102, 103, 104. What is the first number represent? I'm removing this one. Went to an apartment. There is a number 101, 102, 104, 105, 107. So what is this first number represent?
Network
In apartment.
in apartment. First floor.
Because your answer is
Floor.
correct. Yes. Like it represent a network in apartment. It is represent floor, first floor. And what is this? Door numbers, right? Room numbers, kind of stuff. So I'm in a 101. Another person is 102. So it's like a door number. So if I put something in between, like there is a 204. It's a second floor. 206. Second floor. 201. Second floor. 303. It's the third floor. Again, it is a different from here. Both are different. Similarly, yes, you are right. This part we can understand like it is a network part, and this part is like a host part. Same like how we are understanding it is a floor and it is a door number, how it is divided. Our IP address is also divided into network part and host part. Very good. Even you take a pin numbers, take a attendance sheet, anything. We will observe this network and host kind of examples you can take. Guys, remember, you have a computer or a devices. Physically it is connected. It means it's a physical topology. Normally, I will write always in a different way of connectivity, but okay, so we'll use this topology now. So these are our PCs, APC. They have an IP addresses, whatever it is, they have assigned with an IP addresses. Okay. Now, A want to communicate it to B. A want to communicate it to B. The first one physically same network. First of all, in generally in LAN communication, physically same network, no problem. And logically same network or not. Means they have an IP address. That IP addresses network portion and host portion is there. So A's network portion, okay, A IP addresses, APC IP address network portion, BPC IP addresses network portion must be same. Host portion can be changeable. Host portion can be changeable. For example, I said it is N1. This is also N1, means both are same. This is H1, this is H2, then it is good. Same goes. CPC want to communicate like a CPC network portion is N1, host portion is like this, H3. Yes, ABC will communicate. For example, I have a DPC, network portion is different, host portion is something, then it won't communicate. This won't communicate. Okay, so compulsory understand the network and host portion. See, it is a class A IP address. The network portion is 100 and host part is this one. Port path will be changes. Why? Because of, as I said, apartment numbers are like that. So as then each room, each PC having different set of numbers. This is the network portion. Class B, this is the network portion. See it is, this is the network portion. Remaining is host portion. First two are a network portion. Class C, First three are a network portion. See, this is the network portion and last one is a host portion. Look at here it is. This is the certain statement. Remember this. Device must be in the same network to communicate each other. Okay? Devices must be in the same network to communicate each other. Device network portion must be same. Device network portion must be same. Or you can say their network ID must be same. Or we can say their network ID must be same. If you know how to calculate network ID using subnet mask, so then if both the PCs network ID same, they will communicate each other. Or at least to least their network portion is same or not, they will communicate each other. That is the point. Just in case we are sitting in a different networks, right? I am in one network and outside some different networks are there. How we are communicating from one different network to another different network? What is called communication between two or more different network? Communication between two or more different networks. Internetworking. Internetworking, our first slide. Internetworking, communication between two or more different networks is internetworking. What is internetworking device? What is internetworking device? Router. Router. You want to communicate between different networks, then we need a router. But in generally, guys, in a basic LAN communications and all, we don't use routers like that. If you do mistake, that's like you have a two different networks. Is it compulsory to be have a two different networks, or accidentally two different networks are created? That first of all you should understand. If two different networks are there, you want to make a communication between two different networks, you can install a router in it, or you can use some other things then for a like a bridging kind of stuff we can do it. That's a different point. Okay, it's accidentally two different networks are there, like you enter an IP address wrongly, then you have to correct it. Guys, look at here, PC1 and PC2, two computers with the two IP addresses. Will they communicate each other? See their network portion 127 and 16. Both first two portions are same, then they will communicate each other. Then I added a PC3 and I send an IP address. See the first two portions 127 and 16. Yes, PC1, PC2, PC3 will communicate each other. PC4 120 172.617 172.17 PC4 IP address. Okay, so see the first portion is same, but second portion is different. So PC4 cannot communicate with the PC1, PC2, PC3. That's a that must their network portion and host portion be and make sure that network portion must be same. Of course, host portion is different. If both are same, that is conflict. That's a different point. Okay, so guys, understand this example.
Yes, sir.
It is three pieces ABC, APC 101, 1.1.19.100, PPC 101, 10.2.65, CPC 100.10.2.66. It is a class A. First of all, recognize which class it is. Class A, the first portion is network portion, remaining are a host portion. So compulsory first portion should be matches. It is a A, B, C, B, P, C. First portion is 101 matched. That's it. Second portion is 1 and 10. No problem because second portion is first portion. No need to be same. Right? C. So go to C. The first portion is 100. Of course, it is different. So CPC cannot communicate it to A and B, and A and B are communicating each other. Now, for example, in your network, you have a network, so three computers. Three computers are configured IP addresses like this. You found A is communicating to B, B is communicating to A, but A, B are not able to communicate it to C, C is not able to communicate A and B. C is not able to communicate A and B. Okay. Now you see the IP addresses. You find an IP address. A and B network portion is good. So A and B network portion is 101. So both are communicating each other. But C's network portion is 100, which is different from A and B. What you will do? You can better to change the C's IP address. Better to change C's IP address. That's the point. Okay. So simple correction will make ABC may communicate. See that one? See, I corrected like this. So I didn't change anything here. I changed from 100 to 101. Then ABC can able to communicate. It is A and B PCs are there. It is a class C IP address. Not one means class C IP address. Class C, first three portions are network portions. First three portions are network portion. Last one is a host portion. The compulsory maintain the first three portions are same. See here it is in C. First two are same, third one is different. So C cannot communicate A and B. Again, D, second portion is different. First and third is same, but second portion is different. It is not able to communicate A and B. In E, the first portion is different and it is not able to communicate A and B. What is this meaning, guys? The point is compulsory first portion, second portion, third portion, 3R must be same between the devices, then only they will communicate each other if you are using class C IP address by default. Next one is something I've written here, guys. When you are entering an IP addresses, make sure that is you are entering proper IP addresses, correct IP addresses without wrong typing. Some people do like that. So because of some two habits and three habits kind of stuff, the mixer of that habits, then it will happens. Like 172, 168, and that kind of stuff. In other PC, they will put a 172, 16, 10, that 11. Okay. So one to another type. Some people put like this is like a 190 instead of 1 to 192, they put a 190. So please check the IP address once you are assigned. Try to see the IP addresses also, guys. Either it is mobile, laptop, or anything. Please check the IP addresses. Okay. We know, guys, I understand up to here network portion and host portion part.
Yes, sir.
So we know the network portion, host portion. We see the network portion, understand which is a network portion and whether they will communicate or not. Okay. But how system will understand and how system will divide your IP address into network and host portion is using subnet mask. So each IP address means class A, class B, class C IP addresses having subnet mask. Class D, class C, we are not using no subnet mask in it. Okay, so only class A, class B, class C having a subnet mask. Simple to remember, default subnet mask is where is the network portion, there is a 255. Okay, So 255 represent 8 ones. So 1, 1, 1, 1 like 8. 0 represent 8 zeros, 255 is the final number, right? So it 8 ones. So class A default subnet mask is 255.0.0.0. Class B default subnet mask is 255.255.0.0. Class C 255, 255, 255.0. So subnet mask will tell what is your network ID. Subnet mask divide your IP address into network portion and host portions. To do this kind of stuff, subnet mask in system uses NAND gate logic. AND gate logic using truth table. This is called AND operation. Like this. This is AND gate logic, guys. Both inputs are 1, 1. Then output is 1. Both inputs are 0 or 0, 1 or 1, 0. It is 0 only. Both inputs are 1, 1. Then only it is 1. Otherwise it is a 0. Either it's 0, 1, 1, 0 or 0, 0. Output is 0 only. So to find the network ID, this is just a sample only. I'm not going very depth explanation kind of. Just to know how to find a network ID from your subnet mask using subnet mask using AND gate. So you have an IP address and you have a subnet mask. Convert your IP address and subnet mask into binary and do ending operations. It is 192.168.10.20 and 255, 255, 255.0. Why it is the class C IP address, class C subnet mask I am using. And you can go through this first one and second one, 111, 111, 010, 010, 010, 010, 010, 010, 111, 010, like this. We calculating like this. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0. Okay, like this. It's a 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0. Okay, so like this, I got this number from this ending operation. The value is this one. So this is a network ID. It is called a network ID. Okay. So both network IDs are same. Both systems network ID is same, means both are in the same logical network. Both will communicate each other directly. Okay. When you are communicating to a PC, make sure that both network ID is same. Both network portion is same. So to get the network ID or to make sure that what is your network portion and host portion, divide that one, we use subnet mask. System use subnet. This is default subnet mask. If you change this default subnet mask, guys, then there is another changes will happen. Okay. See it is. So here it is a 170.16.100.10. Subnet mask default is 255.255.0.0. If you are using a default subnet mask, that type of network we call it as a classful network. And the network ID, if you are calculate, then it is 172.16.0.0 is a network ID. And I have taken another IP with the same sequence 170.16.100.11. But I change my subnet mask. I'm not using default one. I change my subnet mask 255, 255, 255.0. If I calculate a network ID from this one, I will get 170.16.100.0. That is my network ID. So both network IDs are different. Both IP address are all look as same, right? So no difference, right? Both IP addresses same. Both the network portion is same, but both network IDs are different. How? Because of I change my subnet mask. If you use default subnet mask, it is a classful network. If you use a different subnet mask than default, or like a customized subnet mask, it is a classless. So what is this concept called as subnetting concept, guys? Subnetting name itself, you have an IP address. You can divide the IP address into small parts. So look at here why this is a table. You have a class C IP address, guys. If you are using a class C IP address, so you are using a class C type of IP address. Your network means one single network. We can connect 254 computers. For example, we got a network ID. So this is the network ID, class C network ID. In this network ID, using this one means first three portions are same, 192.168.10. That is same. 10.1, 10.2, 10.3, 10.254. Up to that one means 1 to 254 IP addresses we are getting, means that many hosts we can assign and we can connect as a single network. Okay, so that is the main one important point. Okay, so -2 is there, guys. -2 means the network ID and broadcast ID in the total network range. So network ID and broadcast ID, we will remove it. So this is valid IP address. That is again, we separately have to explain. But look at here, class C, if you are using one single class C IP address, for example, this is the class C. This is the network portion. With the same network portion, without touching any changes in the network portion, you are getting a maximum 254 IP addresses, valid IP addresses. We can connect up to 254 devices with a single IP address. Okay. Class B is the first two are network portions and subnet mask is 255.255. So 2 to the power of 16 means each octet is 8 bits, right? So two network portions means 2 8s means 16. 2 to the power of 16 is 65,536 minus 2, 65,530. You take a one single class B network without changing the network portion, we can connect 65,534 devices, means that many IP addresses we are getting from single class B network. Class A, it is only one single network portion, remaining are host portion. So of course it is 2 to the power of 24. Sorry, I done mistake calculation. So here 8 means this 8 represent host only. Single host, 8 bits. Two host, 8 bits means 16. Three host means 8 bits, 24 bits. Okay, like that. Number of hosts we are calculating, number of networks we are not calculating here. Number of hosts per network. Okay, so in this one we are getting a almost 16,777,214 number of hosts we can able to connect in a single class A network. It means this is 100 dot something showing now. So 100 is constant. So first portion is 100. Remaining can be anything, but totally we are getting more than 60 million IP addresses. That's why we are divide the IP addresses into the classes. Why? Because of each class we can use for a different networks. Suggestions we can do it also like this. You have a 50 computers. Which class is best, guys? You have 50 computers in the network. Which class is best?
Class A, sir.
Class C, you have a 50 computers only. Okay, 100 computers. 100 computers means 100 IP addresses required. That's it. I don't want to waste any IP addresses. More IP addresses. Which is the best? 100 computers.
Class A, sir.
Class C. 200 computers. Class C only. 500 computers. In my network, I have 500 computers. 500 IP addresses required in the network, in single network. Which one you will suggest?
Class B.
Class B, because class C is less 254 only, not enough. So then you have to move to class B only, because it's a 65,534. So you can connect up to more than 65,500. You cross it. So you have a, you have a 5,000 computers, class B, 10,000 computers, class B, 50,000 computers, class B, 70,000 computers. Then we have to shift to A only. B is up to 65 only. Okay. So that is number of devices. Based on that, you have to choose the which class is best. So we are coming to the subnetting. I'm not explaining any subnetting part, guys. Just I'm explaining what is subnetting only. Not calculations, not anything. Subnetting is dividing a IP address. Subnetting is dividing a IP network into multiple subnets. Subnetting is a dividing IP network into multiple subnets. It means you have a one class A IP address or class B IP address or class B IP network. You divide into small parts using subnetting concept. Why? Because when you are using public type of IP addresses, I have a 50 computers, I have 50 servers, 50 IP addresses required. But my when I want to buy a IP addresses, I will get all 254 IP addresses. I want 50, but I am getting 254. So what I will do, I'll divide the network as per my requirement. So then I will get a 62 IP addresses or 64 IP addresses. So better it is not waste the IP addresses. Always utilize the IP addresses more efficient way. So based on number of hosts per subnet or number of subnets requirements, we can do it. We do the subnetting using by changing the subnet mask. Like you can see this, I change my subnet mask. I change the subnet mask. The network ID changes, same as like a number of hosts per network is also changes. See this? This is host portion, 65,534 IP addresses we can connect in this network. Now in this network only 254. See, network ID changes, number of devices per network also changes. Okay, this is about a subnetting concept. Again, guys, if you are using a default subnet mask, it is that type of network is classful, and if you are using different subnet mask, that is a classless network. So whatsoever it is, we can represent subnet mask. You can write a subnet mask. You tell an IP address. You don't tell a subnet mask, it is default. You have to tell a subnet mask compulsory. It is not a default subnet mask, compulsory you have to tell. That is the first rule. Whatever it is, to tell a subnet mask, one way is like a 255, 255, 0.0, 255, 255, 255, 0, 255, 0.0.0. This is the way to tell a subnet mask. In other way is slash notation. This slash notation also called as a CIDR method or prefix method. Okay, so if you see somewhere in the network they are asking put a prefix. The prefix means subnet mask. but you may not enter the complete subnet mask. We'll try it in the slash notation. What is this? If you convert your subnet mask into the binary, how many number of ones are there? That many number of ones right here. So look at here. So here, this is a subnet mask. 255 means 8 ones, 255 means 8 ones, and 240 means 4 ones. So total it is slash 20. This is slash 27 because 27 ones are there. From here to here, 27 ones are there. Same, 255 means 8 ones slash 8. 255 means 2 8 ones. 2 8 ones means it is 8 plus 8, 16. 8 plus 8 plus 8, 24. Versus slash 24. 8 plus 8 plus 8, 24. 128 means this is 128 means 1 is there. In 128, there is a single 1. Then it is 25. Similarly, it is also there. This is 24 ones. This is, it is 224. 224 having 3 ones. So 24 plus 3, 27. This is 240. 4 ones. 8 plus 8, 16 plus 4, 20. What is this slash notation, guys? Or a prefix or a CIDR method represent the subnet mask in the slash notation. It is representing subnet mask. Instead of writing full subnet mask, so you can tell in the slash notation. You can see slash 24, slash 24. We have reached the last of your networking part. One is like a private IP and NAT and PAT communication. I'm not doing much. Okay. Guys, just I'm not going that private IP and public IP. I will teach you later. So I'm not leaving that one. So I will compulsory will tell. But I want to tell something for a 5 minutes. Please understand. So if in case tomorrow class is there, I will tell some different topic. Okay. But if it is not there or there, whatever it is, guys, start preparing. Already I told for everything what it is. What are you learned so far? So what it is? What is CPU? What is RAM? What is hard disk? What is next for everything? Write down okay difference manner. Difference between TCP, UDP. Difference between switch and router. Difference between hub and switch. Difference between OSL layer and TCP IP layer. Difference between IPv4 and MAC address. Difference between IP address and IPv4 and IPv6. Okay. Difference between network and networking, or maybe difference between LAN and WAN. Everything, what it is and differences. Guys, compulsory study, guys. Interview is not that much easy. Always, even they ask very basic questions, but answer must be very clear. Communication skills improve, like way of speaking improve, then it represent communications are good. Even I have done a PhD in English literature or English. I may not able to speak because of speaking will comes from the practice. That is first important. I'm not saying you don't have a knowledge. I'm saying it is, I don't know whether you are able to tell an answer or not. So practice first. That is the first thing. Next, once go through all our either videos or notes or anything. What are the topics? Completed. So what are the topics completed or discussed? What are the topics we discuss? So we discuss about how to check a system configuration and how to check the IP address, how to check the MAC address, Okay, what is a PC hardware configurations? Okay, what are the PC hardware components? So basic boot processing. Okay, what is an operating system? What is an operating system? What is a Windows 10 features? Okay, so one or two related to that one. Again, few more things are there. Troubleshooting related is also there. And networking related, what are the networking topics are there? Okay. So networking, maximum, and all are completed, guys. The NatPat kind of stuff left over. That is not a big deal. Anyway, I will tell that one. Okay, the compulsory do this thing. Be prepared, guys. Anytime, anywhere, be ready. So we completed 2 weeks. So we have 2 more weeks, but does not mean 2 more weeks of kind of stuff we will get it and all. But put it together. Okay. So lot of topics are there to discuss. So if you are complete what we are completed, studied, you are well known about what we are already discussed. So next one will be add up to that one. If you think you will prepare for a after all training completed, tomorrow is an interview, today I will open. That is always a disaster only. Okay. Understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes, sir.
So
Okay, sir.
private, yeah, tell me.
Nothing, sir.